from out of Iran is extremely difficult, Becky, because the internet has essentially been shut down since these strikes began. So our understanding of what's happening on the ground is limited by that. But what we are seeing, and again, we don't understand to what extent these images are orchestrated by the Iranian regime, is people mourning in the streets, of course, over the supreme leader's death. I want to take the city of Isfahan, the second largest city in Iran, as an example here to show you this divided response. We saw these massive pro-regime rallies in Isfahan, but just hours before, we have social media video which shows people celebrating in the streets, honking their horns, women waving their hijabs, of course, in the air, again in celebration. So there's a very divided vision on the ground there. This is a shaky regime that is absolutely trying to project an image of strength. So you have to take those images of pro-government rallies, those images of the mourning. Of course, there's still some support for the regime, but you have to take them with an understanding that Iran is trying to project a certain image in the world. But its tentacles, of course, spread far across its own borders. Part of the power of the regime is in backing these proxies across the region. And we've heard from those proxies, of course, Hezbollah speaking out, calling this, condemning this attack, condemning this killing on the supreme leader, saying that there would be a response, there would be a retaliation in some form, in some way. It is, of course, deeply weakened right now. We've also heard from Houthi leaders in Yemen as they also condemned this killing. But we've also, of course, seen celebrations among the expat community, including here in London, of course, where there's a very strong expat community. People were celebrating in the streets. We also saw that in Los Angeles as well in the United States. But we have also seen demonstrations against President Trump's intervention, including in New York, where there was a hands-off Iraq rally. But then, of course, you have to remember the attacks that the U.S. bases have seen across the region as well. So we've just had updated information on this attack in Karachi, on a U.S. consulate in Karachi. Some really dramatic footage there where you see people initially breaching that first security barrier, getting right up to the window of the consulate, banging on it with sticks. Pakistani security forces responded to that with fire, killing at least 9 people as far as we understand. We also saw very similar scenes around the Green Zone in Iraq. Of course, that is where the U.S. embassy is located. There were attempts by protesters to breach the Green Zone. You can see flashbangs, smoke, again, a response from security forces on the ground. Now, the Shia, mostly Shia government of Baghdad is largely aligned with Iran. So they have also declared 3 days of mourning for the Ayatollah's death. So you have this very divided reaction across the region. But this is a man who is going to be remembered, of course, for that crackdown in the final months that killed thousands of Iranians. Becky.
Salma, thank you. We are going to take a very short break. Back after this.
On Laura Coates Live, we cover it all.
Will you take this all the way to the Supreme Court?
I'm not refuting a syllable of what you said.
What do you say to people who are looking to find their voice?
All the news, all on Laura Coates Live, Tuesday through Saturday on CNN.
News races around the world at breakneck speed.
Once that story aired, it blew up.
It is actually an example of sometimes journalism, it's led to something good.
Amanpour, weekdays on CNN.
If you can keep your head when markets all around you are losing and you can't see a way through, if you can trade and not make money your master, meeting triumph and disaster in equal measure, if you can run with the bulls and not be afraid of the bears, for when we come together, we will make sense of it all. And what is more, my friend, you will be profitable, for you are indeed watching Quest Means Business.
Every day we take a step back to look at the big picture. We follow the story as it unfolds and make sure the information is relevant to you. In a world packed with noise, facts matter. That's what we do here. This is The Brief.
I'm Will Ripley in Taipei, Taiwan, and this is CNN.
This is CNN Breaking News.
And welcome to our viewers in the United States and around the world. I'm Becky Anderson from our Middle East programming headquarters here in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. We begin with escalating threats from what is left of the Iranian regime as Israel launches a new wave of strikes in the heart of Tehran. Reports from the Iranian capital say there were explosions in multiple areas of the city. New video showing plumes of smoke rising on the second day of attacks. It comes as one of Iran's most powerful figures is vowing a much stronger reaction from his country's armed forces. His quote. Well, Iran's Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, Ali Larijani, just wrote on social media, quote, yesterday, Iran fired missiles at the United States and Israel, and they did hurt. Today, we will hit them with a force that they have never experienced before. And that was significantly written in English by Ali Larijani. Donald Trump reacting to Iran's heightened threats, saying, if the attacks continue, quote, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. Iran unleashed a new barrage of strikes across the Middle East a short time ago, with CNN teams hearing explosions in several capitals and major cities. All of this, of course, after massive US-Israeli strikes killed Iran's supreme leader on Saturday morning. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was reportedly killed in his compound in Tehran. An announcer appearing on Iranian television to deliver the news, breaking down in tears. An Iranian state media reports the country's top general and a key advisor to the late supreme leader have also been killed, along with Iran's defense minister and the chief of staff for its armed forces. Video from social media, geolocated by CNN, shows these thousands of protesters gathered in central Tehran earlier today. The crowd seen waving Iranian regime flags and chanting "Death to America." President Trump says he knows exactly who he wants to lead Iran next, but wouldn't say who. Well, it is just after 1:30 in the afternoon there, just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Abu Dhabi. We've got complete coverage of the US and Israeli